inspiration for writing kids' music is something that I've been thinking about for a long time because I love kids' music. I love using kids' music in my music classroom. It sounds ridiculous, but finding the songs that the kids really took to kind of made me think, I could do this. I love writing music. I love playing music. I could do this too.
All right, we're here with Holly Serio, the Director of Educational Services for the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame. Welcome, Holly.
Thank you.
And Holly, you're also a teacher, so can you tell us about your teaching career?
So I taught in public ed for 12 years. My first year was at two Catholic schools in the Harrisburg area, teaching kindergarten through 8th grade. And after that, I started teaching in the Elko School District. My first year was K to 5. Then for the next 4 was K to 2. And then for the last 6 was 3 to 5. General music and chorus.
And most recently, Holly, you were awarded the 2020 Teacher Impact Award. That's a pretty prestigious honor.
Yeah, through WITF. So in the Central Pennsylvania area, they pick one teacher per county to win a year. So I was the winner for the Lebanon County. It was amazing. It was an honor to receive. It was a complete surprise. I was nominated by a coworker, and they wrote incredible things about me as a teacher, so I was happy to win.
That's awesome. So what do you think kind of maybe set you apart maybe this year in particular as a teacher to stand out to receive an award like that?
I try to go above and beyond, more than just teaching general music and chorus. More than doing those things, I involved myself in other areas in the school. So I did a yearly talent show for the last 4 years that I was at Elko. I also did the daily announcements. So when quarantine hit in March, I continued them from home. We did the home edition. It was called BTV. And I wanted to find a way to reach the kids through music, even though I couldn't have music class with them. I wanted to still give them a little bit of that. Music is so therapeutic and expressive, and kids were undoubtedly dealing with a lot of emotions of just everything that's been going on the past 5 months. So every Monday I did Musical Monday, so I would write a song, kind of helping them process what's going on and giving them tips on how to handle or deal with or explain the emotions maybe they were feeling. So those kind of things I feel were recognized and kind of set me apart, maybe to be the winner of that award.
Excellent. And that's BTV as in BEETV, right? So you can find that on YouTube, I think, if you type that in?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple of those, and you definitely went above and beyond and certainly relate to the kids in a positive manner. So good job on that, and congratulations on your award. That's phenomenal.
Thanks.
So kind of the reason for us being here today, not only is to point out, your positive impact you've made on students, but kind of more of a transition from the classroom to freelance music. So tell us about your transition and kind of how you see yourself kind of being redefined as a teacher into an artist now.
Yeah, exactly what you said. I will always consider myself a teacher. This is just a transition in the way that I'm teaching kids. So I'm moving from public ed now to more of a freelance singer-songwriter. I've always loved composing and singing, songwriting. So using music to teach kids life lessons. Music is so impactful with getting the lessons you want to teach them into their minds in a more creative way, just kind of talking at them. So I used them a lot. The younger kids, I used action songs, which are songs that are specifically written that have actions in them, fine motor skills, gross motor skills, those kind of things.
So you would define yourself now as a children's music artist then? Is that the genre
Yeah,
you would consider?
I definitely define myself now as a children's music artist. Still teaching, but just in a new way.
Excellent. So, what about maybe someone out there that's maybe watching this video who's unfamiliar with a current children's artist who kind of does something similar? Who are your inspirations, and what do you see modeling yourself after?
The one that used the absolute most, she's a huge name in the children's music world, is Laurie Berkner. I used her music a lot. She does incredible things, has a wide variety of styles of music that she uses, and the kids just absolutely adore her music. There's a band, they're a Christian band, but they write really awesome music songs too. They're called Go Fish. There's another woman, Patty Shukla, she has great stuff too. I kind of became obsessed when I taught kindergarten, first and second grade with finding cool kid music. I mean, there's a ton out there, but finding the ones that sounded more like music the kids experience outside of music class. I wanted them to see the music and hear the music that sounded relevant to them. I think they're more willing to listen and kind of go along with it. If so, I would be driving down the street rocking out to kid music,
Right.
Because I kind of made it my mission to find the quality artists out there, and those are some of my favorites.
So that makes sense. So it sounds like then you're kind of, inspired by the artist that you said, but yet you want to kind of do it a little bit differently and make it modern and relatable as opposed to maybe, I don't know, hokey and corny, if that's not the right word. Not that those artists are, but you
Yeah.
just want to make it maybe closest to the pop music or popular music on the radio.
Yeah, I do, because let's face it, the parents have to listen to the music too.
That's right.
So I almost want to create music that sounds like other popular music right now and just happens to
Also speak to kids, right?
exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about kind of how you started musically wise. We talked about you being a teacher here and kind of transitioning as an artist. What age did you feel like you connected to music and maybe like some instruments that you learned on?
I started piano when I was 8 years old,
Okay.
and I immediately fell in love with it. I started writing music when I was just simple little things on the piano when I was 10. Really got into that. Originally wanted to go to college to be a composer. And my mom was actually the one that convinced me to double major in education. I also had an extremely influential music teacher in high school that made me fall in love with teaching as well. And when I got to Lebanon Valley College, which is where I got my bachelor's and master's in music ed, I fell in love with teaching. So I ended up dropping the composer major and just focusing on teaching. But piano was my main instrument, so I played that for 25 years. And I play piano at my church, and I sing. And I've recently, in recent years, learned the ukulele. And then right now my project is guitar. So, but my
Nice.
main two are piano and vocals.
Is there a point, or have you seen kids maybe kind of just get through music because it's a class they need to take and then all of a sudden it clicks to them? What would you say to a parent out there who maybe has had their kids take lessons and it hasn't quite clicked for them yet, but you've maybe experienced that it clicks at some point?
That's a great question. Couple answers to that. Number one, I think it clicks when the kids feel like it is relevant to them. They see a point to it. So nobody's going to stick with anything that they don't see the point to. So if it connects to them in some level, it gives them expression. They express themselves through music, or they see the payoff of the long-term commitment to learning an instrument, because it's not anymore, we're kind of in an instant gratification world. So learning an instrument, sometimes keeping that motivation is tough because of the video game culture of, if I get frustrated, I can just start over and try again. Music is a long game, and especially learning an instrument. But if they find it relevant to them, in their life in some way, I think they're more willing to stick with it, as well as feeling that success of seeing themselves get better.
That's a good mantra. I mean, that kind of sounds like what your music is trying to relate to the kids in that way, to make it relevant to them to grow with music as they get older.
Yep, that's exactly what I always did teaching too. I wanted to make it relevant to them. That would mantra's a great word. That would guide my decisions on the music that I chose in my classroom and the instruments. We did bucket drums, we did ukuleles. I didn't want music to be something that only applied in the four walls of the classroom. I wanted, long after they left my classroom and forgot my name, I want them to hear a song and it reminds them of something we did in class, kind of instilling that lifelong appreciation, even if they don't become a professional musician or in the music field at all, just instilling that appreciation outside of the four walls of my music classroom is my main goal, always was.
Nice. And where you're at right now is basically ready to launch yourself as a new children's music artist, not only in the central Pennsylvania music area, but also beyond. So let's talk about your plans here. We have a date here, I believe, for introducing your first single, which it says will be available on iTunes, Amazon Music, and Spotify, right?
Yeah, so on September 24th, my first single, Whole Body Listening, it is going to drop on all those, and it'll be on my YouTube channel, which is Serio Music. And that song actually was created for my school last school year. We were doing presentations about behavior throughout the school, and I was in charge of the assembly portion. And I thought instead of them just listening to me talk for 10 minutes, that they could, why not write a song about it? So maybe it would stick in their heads a little bit longer or a little easier. So I wrote this song called Whole Body Listening about how you're not just listening with your ears, but what your entire body should be doing while you're listening. So that'll drop September 24th.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention about this song before we do the premiere of the lyric video here? This is the world premiere of your first single. How exciting is this stuff?
It's amazing,
right?
yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
I've gotten a sneak peek. It's excellent. I hope you enjoy it here whenever. Anything else you want to add on this song?
No, I mean, I think that it's just a life skill that is necessary for kids in school and outside of school, and I created a catchy melody that hopefully will help it to stick in their heads and help them learn this concept easier.
I love it. We teach a lot about communications in school. A lot of it's geared towards speaking, public speaking. Listening is always an important skill that I think kind of gets bypassed in active listening. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, Whole Body Listening by Serio. Enjoy the video.
Here's a lesson just for you that will be helpful in and out of school. I'm talking listening. When a presenter of any kind is teaching something that you may find very interesting, think to yourself, my eyes are focused on the person presenting, my hands are to myself and my ears are listening, my feet are staying still, my mouth doesn't make a sound. Whole body listening is something I know now. Still body quiet, voice is key. Make sure to not sit on your knees. Clap at the end, please. And think to yourself, my eyes are focused on the person presenting. My hands are to myself and my ears are listening. My feet are staying still, my mouth doesn't make a sound. Whole body listening is something I know now. I'm being respectful by giving attention. I'm not getting up now. When they are presenting, I'm focused and quiet. I will not be
that was it. It's out, right?
It's out. This is it.
People have heard your music. How do you feel?
It's awesome. I mean, and this is a song too that teachers can use right before an assembly. Instead of saying, okay, kids, someone raise your hand and tell me, what are some rules? How can we be good listeners? Instead, it can be, hey, kids, let's throw on this 2-minute and 15-second song. Let's rock out. And then afterwards, let's review what was heard.
And
or
when they
let's all
review,
sing it together.
They'll sing back your lyrics, right? As the rules to
Yeah,
to
it's
stay
unbelievable.
still and keep their feet on the ground and all that kind of good
It's
stuff.
music with a purpose.
Right? Fantastic
Yeah.
stuff. So on top of whole body listening, we also want to share a sneak peek of maybe a different kind of style
Yeah.
song that you've done as well, which should be a single, yes, later in the year as
Yeah,
well?
later in the year. Yep.
Okay, so this is an exclusive sneak peek here.
It is.
On the Central Pennsylvania Music Hall of Fame video. Content yet to be released in the latter portion of 2020. So what is the name of this song? How did this come about?
So this song is called Unplanned and has a totally different feel than Whole Body Listening. Whole Body Listening is like this rockin' song, fast-paced, and Unplanned is slower, and it is not an action song. This was born out of quarantine. This is one of the Musical Monday songs that I did on the school announcements, and it's all about how even things that are unexpected or unplanned can lead you to good. Just because life isn't going exactly how you thought it would, or your normal routine has been interrupted, like all of ours has been, it doesn't mean bad. It makes you stronger. It can lead you to other things that you never even thought would happen in your life. And so this is a song for the kids to listen to maybe when they're feeling directionless or their normal routine is uprooted and they don't know how to feel about this. So I took that concept and put it to music, which is why it's a slower tempo. So something maybe they can use to help them relax and remember that it's okay not to have every moment of your day planned. It's okay not to know what's going to happen next, and that there's beauty in that too.
That's great. That's very important considering, due to the quarantine and all the COVID situation we've gone through with schools being closed and now possibly having some sort of hybrid model or being closed. Kids now basically have to learn that they need to roll with the punches.
Exactly.
Nothing really is planned, and right now it might be a hybrid model where they might be going in 2 to 3 days a week, but next week it might
And
be
it might
not
change.
at all, and all on Zoom and whatever.
Yep.
So it's a good positive message that will be released during the school year, the beginning portion of the school year, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Some point in 2020. Do we have a date on that yet? Any kind of
Not yet.
time frame? Okay.
Not yet. I'm going to keep everybody on the edge of their seat on that one.
All right, well, let's play Unplanned, which is stemmed from the quarantine. So let's have a sneak peek at this wonderful song.
It's the unplanned that makes life beautiful. It's your chance to let go of the grand plan you thought was best for you. It may not happen, that's okay. Go with the flow. If you only got to live what you had planned for, you'd miss so much surprise along the way. It could be so much better than you had hoped for. Learn to embrace the words, come what may. It's the unplanned that makes life beautiful. It's your chance to let go. Understand you can't plan everything, and remind yourself it's okay not to know. The door to all you've known gently closes, leaving you disappointed and confused. But if you look around, you will notice a better one has opened up for you. And when you're forced to walk on that new path, it leads you to the most amazing view. So when you're feeling lost, I hope you trust that something better is in store for you. And unexpected setbacks, you can avoid them, and the disappointment that comes along too. But if you soldier on and just keep moving, it will be worth all you had to go through. It's the unplanned that makes life beautiful. It's your chance to let go of the grand plan you thought was best for you. It may not happen, that's okay. Go with the flow. Just remind yourself it's okay not to know.
The emotion in that song is extremely personal and relatable.
Thank you.
So I can see that you got your message out there that probably speaks true to yourself and the parents out there.
I think I was writing it a little bit to myself
It was
as well.
self-therapeutic as a teacher.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Because
makes sense.
even adults, I mean, we are absolutely thrown with all of this, and we get so, our daily routines are so ingrained in us. So it just, I think I was writing it a little bit for me and the parents and anybody who's listening, because it's not just kids that are dealing with this right now, this unplanned, kind of unknown reality. It's everyone.
Well, I'm glad we were able to share that sneak peek, because that kind of speaks to, your target market for the music. Again, is not only fun sensation for the kids,
Yeah.
but also speaking to the parents as well. And this song, I think, really speaks universally to anyone of any age. So excellent job.
Thank you.
All right, so now that your music's out here, where do you see this going as far as the next phase of Holly Serio music? So where can people follow you on social media? What type of content do you envision sharing with your followers? And how can they follow you from this point on, not only virtually, but maybe also in person?
That is an awesome question, and that's the exciting thing about this, is I don't exactly know where I'm going with this. I love it. There are so many ideas and possibilities. So on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Holly Serio Music. You can follow me. Also YouTube channel, Holly Serio Music. I plan on putting music videos, lyric videos, new song releases on the YouTube channel and all the social media as regularly as I can, just to get content on there. And as new concepts come up or new ideas, just creating music about all of that, putting that on there. I would love to do live performances, school assemblies, small venues, large venues, because I love performing live as well. So I plan on getting my music out there however I can.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you in the future and
Thank you.
following you everywhere that you mention online.
Thank you so much. Just think humans innately are musical and have a musical appreciation, even if they don't understand the theory behind it. I mean, it's just so ingrained in us, in our culture, that tapping into that to help them learn concepts that they need to be working on anyway, life skills, or even instructional things
Right.
is impactful.
So Holly, I talk a lot with local artists, and it's always exciting when they release any new music as a new single or a new CD. It's always there's a lot of excitement about sharing what you've created. How's it feel for you personally?
Unbelievable. It feels like what I'm meant to do.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, I have kids myself, so I can't wait to hear some of the music.
You do?
I do, yes.
Wow. Congrats.
What do you see for the future of Holly Serio music as far as online content, in person? What do you think?
I mean, world domination.
Okay, certainly.
Yeah. And after that's achieved. So that's only year one.
Right.
Go ahead, ask the question again. I'm sorry.